What makes you eternal? Victory or the refusal to surrender? Sanada Yukimura was born around 1567, the second son of Sanada Masayuki, a brilliant tactician from a minor clan in Shinano province. Being a second son in feudal Japan meant one thing clearly: you were not the priority. The inheritance, the title, the future, all of it belonged to your older brother. Yukimura built his legend anyway. He spent years as a political hostage, first under Uesugi Kagekatsu, then under Toyotomi Hideyoshi himself. Rather than breaking him, those years placed him at the center of power, watching how the greatest minds of his era thought, negotiated, and commanded. He absorbed everything. When Sekigahara tore Japan in two in 1600, Yukimura and his father chose the western side against Tokugawa Ieyasu. They lost. Masayuki and Yukimura were sentenced to death, but had their sentence commuted to exile through the intervention of Ieyasu's own son. They were sent to Mount Kudo, a remote and unforgiving place, where Yukimura spent over a decade in near complete isolation. Most men would have faded quietly into obscurity. Yukimura waited. When the Toyotomi called for warriors to defend Osaka Castle in 1614, Yukimura emerged from exile at nearly 50 years old and immediately became the soul of the resistance. He constructed the legendary Sanada Maru, a fortified outwork so brilliantly designed that Tokugawa's massive army could not breach it. Attack after attack failed. Ieyasu, who commanded the most powerful military force in Japan, was forced to negotiate rather than simply crush his opponent. At the summer siege of Osaka in 1615, outnumbered and without allies, Yukimura launched a final desperate charge directly toward Ieyasu's command post. He came terrifyingly close to ending the battle with a single stroke. He was killed before he could reach him. Ieyasu reportedly said afterward that he had never come so close to death. His enemies called Yukimura the bravest warrior in Japan. Even they couldn't help but mean it. Now, the world will sideline you. It will exile you to circumstances that feel like the end. Job losses, failures, seasons of invisibility, where everything you built seems to vanish. Yukimura spent 14 years in exile. He didn't waste them. He came back sharper, clearer, and more dangerous than he had ever been, and nearly changed the course of history at 50 years old. Your exile is not your ending. It is your preparation. Never stop believing in your own comeback. It doesn't matter how late it feels, or how long the world has overlooked you. Some warriors are simply forged in silence before their greatest chapter begins. Ready for warrior wisdom that turns setbacks into comebacks? Subscribe to Kensei Code for weekly episodes exploring samurai who rose after being counted out. Drop a comment. What's the comeback you're still building in silence? Share it. Someone needs permission to keep preparing today.